What up, y'all? This is High Definition Pod. This podcast that is. This is Maurice.
Yo, it's Torez.
And we are back for season 3, episode 1. Yo.
Yes.
We took a little break. As y'all know, Torez had a baby.
Yeah, man.
Another baby.
Another one.
So.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You know, him and the wife been adjusting. So we took a little break, but we are back to the podcast grind. My brother.
Yo.
How has that adjustment been?
It's been good. I mean, he sleeps, so that's great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here. So yeah, he sleeps. Carter, on the other hand, has been kind of he's been great, but he acts out periodically.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, people were like, "Hey, there's a regression that happens when a new child is in play."
Right.
So, but you know, it's been good though, man. It's like, I mean, it's the whole experience has been like, it was different. It was different this time than it was the first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, not saying I wasn't like my first one. I was like, oh, you know, this one was like, but it's like it felt different because I'm already used to it. Because it's when you have your first child, it's a new feeling.
Yep.
You know, this time it's like, I'm doing this all over again. So I know what I'm gonna feel. So, but yeah, man, it's
Word.
Yeah, it's surreal. Like sometimes I'll stop and be like, I got a whole nother child in here, yo. Like, yeah. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Am I tripping? I can hear myself.
Can you hear yourself?
I can't.
You can't hear yourself.
Not in the headphones. I can.
Now, what about now?
Oh yeah, I can hear it now.
There it is. We had the volume down on
you.
you.
Had to turn it up. That's how
But yeah,
it's
it's he been good. My sleep's been a little off, but that's me.
You'll get back right.
Yeah, I get back right. Yeah,
man.
I just gotta get back in the gym. So letting the wife get out the house, have her some time, go to Target, whatever you need to do. It's that postpartum.
Yeah.
That is the biggest part that we want to stay away from.
Right.
Especially the depression part. So she's been doing really good. Breastfeeding.
Cool.
Love has been awesome. He's just getting fat and he don't like me that much though.
Yeah. It'll change.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he love his mommy. He love his mommy.
So yeah, man.
but so since we've been out, how's everything been on your end, brother?
The safe way I'm gonna say life.
Life happens. Yes. Yeah.
So overall, my family is still intact. Everybody good, but all I got to say is, me and the Lord been having a whole lot of conversation.
Oh yes.
So Lord, I just want to know why.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know when it's gonna end. I'm kind of like Joe. I ain't about to curse you, but me and you gotta have a talk, bro.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with wrestling.
So
ain't nothing wrong, Jacob. Hey.
Well, other than that, man, everything cool, man. Everything cool. But hey, y'all listen. Since we getting back in the groove, we kicking it. We want to invite our boy John on once again.
Once again, man. How has everything been, good sir?
Man, appreciate y'all for having me first and foremost.
Oh yeah,
most definitely.
Like my boy said, life.
You
know, life takes you on, a lot of ups and downs, and I'm in a new season. A new season in my life after, tools. A lot of stuff I didn't understand, but now I understand why.
Yeah.
The why God chose the path that He took me down. It's ordained. It's meant for a purpose, even though we don't understand it.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? But if you just see the fruits and the lessons He teach you in that journey, that's the key.
That's it, man. That's it.
You can respect it and accept it, then you can move on. So I'm learning to move on with it and take life by the horn, so to speak.
That's definitely a lesson.
I hear that, bro.
That's definitely a lesson to learn and be taught.
It is.
So my question, y'all, we just kind of freestyling. So what was the last time we had John? We talked about your movie Tools.
Right.
Now I don't want to get too much into the new project you're working on. We're gonna have you back on to talk about that
Tenfold.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the aftermath been like? What was the feedback you got from Tools?
as far as the feedback from Tools, man, at the premiere, it was amazing. A lot of teary eyes, a lot of people that got the message within Tools. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to put it out at first because it wasn't perfect for me.
Yeah.
But God just told me to put it out. It ain't got to be perfect. And I told people just pay attention to the storyline. You know, and
Yes.
I put my mistakes in it, the sound issues, all that. But I said, forget it. I don't care. You know, people said you hit me from depression, help me with my depression, my anxiety.
The fruit, man.
Yeah, people coming on stage and in tears and stuff like that, and people messaging me. So it really hit home with people who got the message in Tools. But
That's what's up.
other than the feedback from Tools, life has been rough, so to speak. It after the premiere kind of shifted my life, turned my life upside down.
Wow.
So I'm learning how to be a newly single person in this journey. But I think in this time, God wants me to be alone.
Gotcha.
You know, and I know upon being alone, I'm learning how to, heal myself.
Yes.
And still create art. I'm still writing every day. So that's kind of my form of therapy. Like I always said, though, pay attention to the lessons.
Yeah.
The reasons why you're in this situation, and just embrace it, so to speak. So,
Yeah,
man,
yeah, man.
But if you stop learning, you stop living, man. So I'm always learning to, live the way God intended me to live and fulfill His purpose in my life, man.
Stop learning. You stop.
Yeah, that's facts.
Tweet that.
Make sure you get credit.
You know.
You gotta make sure you get credit to who it's due.
Man, definitely. But dang, yo, that's the fruit, man. Like that's what makes, and it's all right to just let people see your mistakes too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a human element to everything that we do, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's fine. You know, that was your first.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, and also you learn.
Oh yeah.
Going into your next one.
Yep.
Okay, what went wrong? Okay, so we pinpoint this went wrong. All right, so we'll tighten up on that, and you move on. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, man. But that was dope. I mean, just like seeing, I've heard a couple of people talking about it. They're like, yo, it's dope, man. It's dope, So I'm glad to hear that a lot of people, probably gained some healing.
Yeah.
From that.
That was the whole point, man.
Yeah.
And just like I told people, now my content ain't always gonna be gospel centered. I'm not gonna put myself in that box.
Once again, they go to the family cookout. Ain't none of that got.
that
ain't gospel centered all the time. They be all right.
Especially at the spade table.
Oh yeah.
Some of y'all's Facebook and Twitter ain't even all gospel. So yeah, man, my bad.
That's true, man.
At this point, y'all be real with yourself. Y'all ain't. they ain't say 24/7 all the time.
Exactly.
So my bad. I ain't mean to cut y'all, bro.
I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying how your content it ain't all 100% gospel.
Yeah, because like God said, keep God first.
Always.
Oh yeah.
So hence the Tools project. It was gospel centered, kind of hood, real life. So I led with that one, just keeping, God first. Canvas ain't that, but I really believe that if you have faith in God and in your belief system, it will show in your art regardless, in some way, and you won't go against what you believe in.
Yeah.
It's natural. I think if you're always trying to put yourself in that Christian creative arts box, it becomes corny.
But I think we as
Or
Christians,
not authentic, I should say, not corny.
right? I think we as Christians in the church, we have actually put God in that box. And really, He's so far outside that box. Like if you really got a relationship with God, you can sit there and watch. You can watch Avengers or something like that, and you can get so many messages.
You can.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've put Him in that box, and really He's so much bigger than that. If we would just take Him out the box, you'll see a whole nother side of Him.
Facts.
He's vast.
Very.
Like you said, we try to contain Him into our finite definition of who He is. It's like, no, he's so much more than that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, then that's where legalism comes into play. Stuff like
But I mean, even scripture, I think it's in Isaiah. No, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it didn't say our ways couldn't be his ways or our thoughts couldn't be his thoughts. It just said, they're not there. So even, I think what that means for me, even when we get to that level where we figure this part of him out.
Well, there's so much more.
He's already over here. He's over there.
That's so much
but
more.
I think that's
why you love him.
That's
right.
it. Because you're always gaining a different perspective. Like even like we all have different walks in life. Mm-hmm. Like I mean, I don't know your background, but let's just say Maurice, like Christian home. Jonathan, let's say hood. Me, somewhere in between. Our experiences are going to be different with God.
Right.
But they're God.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if I say, oh, well, God, I see God this way. Okay, I might see a 6, but you might see a 9. Still God, though.
Yep.
No. Yeah.
That's facts, man.
What? Oh, boy.
God is God no matter what, you know. And he works on people individually.
Yep.
Not as a group. And I think people tend to judge what God hasn't ordained them to do, or they hate on something that they cannot do, or they don't understand. People hate what they don't understand. And with me, I always say this to people, and it's a conversation starter. I say, I found God when I left the church. I actually knew who God was when I now I can say, forget church, I'm out.
Yeah.
I just got tired of the same old same. And knowing that I actually study for myself,
right?
I don't take people's word for it.
You're not the first person I heard say that, though.
Wow.
Not at all.
See that, and I learned who he was, and when I learned who he was, I'm like, I've been doing it wrong the whole time, you know? Because I think church as a, I ain't gonna say all churches, judgmental, legalistic churches, add a pressure on you that you would never be good enough to be God's child, even though they say you are God's child. You feel what I'm saying?
And that even goes against scripture because, I mean, the Bible says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Mm-hmm. So that right there makes you worthy enough. I mean, I'm not giving my son for none of y'all Negroes. Oh. Okay, sorry. I was supposed to say that word. But I'm not giving my son for none of y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? For us to have a loving God that loves us enough to say, so I need you to go ahead for Maurice. I know he a cusser, and I know he got all these issues. But yeah, I want you to go ahead and get up on that cross for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got issues. It might be a couple times he gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, God, you got some problems. You need to talk, like real talk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jesus, I want you to go ahead and get on the cross just for him. I think that for people to wrap their mind around it,
it's yeah.
Like this.
Think about it when who was it that had to take the son up to the mountain?
Abraham.
Yeah, he took was it Isaac?
Yep.
You want me to do what? You want me to do what?
Nah.
You tripping?
What? And then he gets that close. Ram. Like dog, I was getting ready to stab this kid right through his chest.
Here's the thing about that too. If I ain't mistaken, going back looking at like Jewish history, Isaac wasn't like no little boy. No, this is almost like a grown. He's basically a grown man.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Ooh. You see him?
So that even adds a whole nother dynamic to it.
What? I'm about to fight you? What? You want me to do what? I said what? God didn't say that. Nah, I did not say that.
Nah, player.
That's fact.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, so the way like going back to what you said, like I've heard a lot of people say, like they were not being disrespectful towards the institution of church, but they was like, yeah, it's so much more to God than just these four walls. Yep. But I do think we also have to, just for those y'all that might be watching or listening, we still got to bring that dynamic into it. The church is still important, and it's still needed.
He says, don't
forsake the assembly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you do need to be in church, but at the same time, don't limit God to church.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of watching, I forgot to mention. Look here, we finally on YouTube.
Aha!
So, this will be premiering on Facebook and on YouTube. It's Tuesday. What's today's date?
Today is the 10th.
Tuesday, August the 10th, we're gonna try to premiere it tomorrow. Yeah. So Wednesday the 11th, we're gonna try to premiere it. So it'll be premiering on Facebook and on YouTube. So
it would have premiered today, but I forgot I had a thing on Monday with my wife and my oldest son at they had a back to school bash. I totally forgot about it. It was like Sunday. I was like, oh snap, Maurice, hey.
It's all good.
Hey man, I forgot I got this going on.
Hey, family first, man.
You know it, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Okay, so this might get a little dicey.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
How y'all feel about what's going on in society? I'm trying to tiptoe around.
Be more blunt.
Are we talking COVID-y? Like COVID situations? Or what we talking? What we talking about here? What we talking about here?
Let's just say mandates.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, we going there?
Oh.
So I'm trying.
Yes.
I want to try to stay on the shore. But
I got you.
I got a feeling how my brother might go.
Take some water on that.
I'm not for. Wait. We talking? What are we talking about? We talking about like
Any of them.
like any of them. We just not gonna narrow it down to one. All right. Cool. All right.
So right now the main thing is mask, the jab.
Yep.
And I think they're talking about possibly doing passports.
Not okay.
Like vaccine passports.
So
I'm trying to. I was trying not to say the word.
Yeah, I know.
They be flagging videos and stuff for it.
So we talking. All right. Now New York's done it right now. They're doing. I think they're in California.
They're on the verge of it. Yeah.
No. All right. So you're telling me that I have to be. You telling me that I need to be when I need to be vaccinated. And I need to have that vaccination card to
function in life.
To function to basically get necessities to keep myself healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't go to a grocery store. Okay, can't go to a grocery store. I can't go to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can't go to the gym, which we don't talk about. If we have healthier bodies, we have healthier immune systems. Okay, there's a lot of stuff there. So, a couple things. I'm gonna sway this way a little bit, but how I look at things. If you really care about people, one, we wouldn't have all these we wouldn't have all these GMOs in our foods.
Yep.
If you smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, the COVID is the last thing you need to be worrying about.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things there. Like it's been a lot of double standard type things going on in society. Right. Because if you really care about people's health, I understand you're pushing the vaccination, but also let's push for healthier foods. There's a lot of stuff that is allowed here in the U.S. From our what's it called, the
FDA.
the FDA. That you go to Europe, it's banned. Why? Because these stuff are carcinogens that cause cancer. There's things in there that will basically kill you,
right?
Eventually. I mean, even with like sodas and stuff, Mountain Dew, like there's a chemical called BVO. Look it up.
Even the ones that diet, they're still bad.
I mean, even with the artificial sweeteners,
yeah,
they're saying they're safe. No, they're not. What's that one called?
Nothing artificial.
Aspartame or something like that. Like there was they put it in like candy, like suckers and stuff. And so somebody did a research. The trail of ants. They dropped the sucker in front of them. The ants went around it.
Whoa.
Nature will let you know that this stuff is not good. We're not gonna touch this.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, look it up.
The Bible says study the ant.
You're right, in Proverbs.
The smallest thing on this, well, probably not the smallest thing, but one of the smallest things on this earth going around something that's artificially made. Come on now. But you're gonna look, if you get it, you get it. That's cool.
Ain't nobody gonna judge. I'm not judging nobody.
I will not, but there are cases where we see that people who are vaccinated are still catching COVID.
Breakthrough cases.
There you go, breakthrough cases. So one, if the FDA has not, I think I mean, personally, I ain't got it. All right. but I do wear my mask.
That's violating your HIPAA violation. Don't be telling nobody.
Okay, they know. I'm not violating HIPAA if I tell you. But if you ask me and then you start prying, that's a problem. But the thing I look at too is there's a ton of things that we need to do as a society for the health of everyone. Mm-hmm. But it seems like it's almost a money grab to me. You know what I'm saying? Like Johnson and I'm not trying to get political here at all. But we look at some of these big pharmaceutical companies, Johnson and Johnson. They have so many pending cases, like legal cases against them for violations of human rights, pretty much. I mean, they just settled one. They just settled what was it? 25. I want to say 250 million.
And this is all public knowledge.
It's all public knowledge. Yes, they just settled that case a month or two ago. Opioids. Okay. There's a reason why they don't have what's the stuff in talcum. There's no reason there's no talcum in powder anymore. That stuff causes cancer. Johnson & Johnson. They had to sell stuff on that. But they have like 2 point something billion dollars worth of like cases against them right now. So how can I trust Johnson & Johnson?
I think that's been my whole issue just throughout this whole pandemic. It's just been all this misinformation, disinformation. Who can we trust?
There you go.
Who have we been able to actually trust? Is like when I say when they speak, you know, okay, yeah, I can bank on what they're saying, and I know I can go and make a good informed decision. Right now, if you not fact checking the fact checkers for yourself, like you are almost
Like, for real though. I mean, it's this whole thing has been so politicized. I mean, even when Trump was in office, so you have all the Democrat. Disclaimer here. I love my country. I don't trust my government. But go back to what I was saying. You had all the Democrats, all these Democratic candidates and whatever come out and say, oh, well, if Trump's pushing for the vaccination, we're not going to get it because we're not going to have enough studies behind it. But as soon as the pendulum swings and the new regime is in office, it's get it.
Yeah.
But what happened to we haven't had substantial amount of evidence? What changed in 18 months?
Because it's the same vaccine. It's the same rollout plan for it. I mean, everything stayed the same.
It's just that now Biden's name is on it.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
And my thing too, like we gotta let John talk. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think my thing too is we the people are not stupid.
We're not.
And then the CDC just said last week, ain't but 28% of us that's actually got it.
28%.
So I mean, if
the history. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's too much history behind it. We just not too quick to be doing all that.
Right. for good reason.
For good reason. For good reason.
For good reason, man. I don't take vaccines. I'm just putting it out there. I don't take the flu vaccine.
I don't get one of those either.
Last time I did it, about put me down. But I haven't took medicine since I was 18. Like medicine. You can ask anybody. I don't take medicine at all. Because I see a lot of old people in my family is medicine dependent.
Yep.
And I said, medicine is supposed to cure you. I said, no, it just keeps you spending money on a mask to cover up your ailments.
Right.
And I always tell people, I said, nothing over the counter can cure you.
Right.
It's what you eat. You
That's
know what I'm saying? It's solely based around what you eat. When you go in the doctor's office, whether it boosts immune systems or whatever, they say watch what you eat or what's your diet like. That's the first thing they ask you.
Very first.
And it's like you always say, you are what you eat. The Bible tells you what not to eat, but we love shellfish. You know, we love shrimp. You know, all that good stuff. The bottom feeders.
I'm eating my shrimp and my crab.
Right.
It says something, man. It's not foul. When you put it in this mouth, it comes out.
Now you ain't going to hell if you eat it. You ain't going to hell if you eat it. But you know, he's just telling you that this can be harmful.
Yep.
It can be.
And nothing over the counter can heal you. I mean, look at the symbol for the pharmacist. It's a staff and snakes, and Pharma is witchcraft.
You know what? I ain't,
bro.
Witchcraft.
I knew it, but
Right.
I ain't never actually think about it.
So think of it. Rite aid. What does rite stand for? Ritual.
Yep.
Ritual aid.
It's tied around witchcraft.
Bro. Yes. You ever seen the movie The Rite?
Yeah, I knew it, but I just didn't. I just never put two and two together like that.
And this is the thing about the English language. The wordplay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff out there that we see day to day. We're not even putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, but like he was saying, we're overly medicated. But it's like you hear like, so let's say those depression medicines,
yeah.
Even the erectile dysfunction stuff. You know how they say real fast the symptoms are real fast at the end.
Yep.
Like
No. Did it thing say I might have a heart attack?
Right.
What? So you're gonna get me to take something that could potentially cause me to have a heart attack?
Why are you doing something?
So here's the thing. We're back, everyone. We're back. But here's the thing.
I can go so many places with
You could very well go. I could segue in so many directions. But the thing is why are we not trying to teach people to, one, grow their own foods, live healthier lifestyles? You know what I'm saying?
There's no money in it.
Exactly. Cancer is what did I text you that was? I say it was like, I need to find the numbers. So like insulin, all right? Insulin it costs over $300+ for insulin. $300+ for a thing of like a week supply of insulin.
A week supply?
A week supply of insulin.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
This is stuff that you need. Like people, type 1 diabetes, like you're born with type 1. You don't just develop type 1. You're born with that. So like these people like need this. Why is it not free? Why is it not free?
That is the question.
Why is cigarette? People like it's a choice. Okay, let's go back to the vaccination. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
Exactly. So if you're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, you're killing me, you're killing people by not getting vaccinated," then you also need to talk to the people who smoke cigarettes and they say, "Hey, you're killing us with your secondhand smoke." But it's a choice.
You also gotta talk to the people that's obese. No offense to anybody.
Right.
Like they was doing some studies doing like really when it was real heavy.
Yeah.
Over like I don't think I actually wrote it down. I gotta double check.
But the CDC says I have a 99.97% chance of surviving COVID.
I think it's unchanged just a little bit.
In my demographic.
So right here, from CNBC, this was on March the 8th. Just a key point: about 78% of people who have been hospitalized, needed a ventilator, or died from COVID-19 have been overweight or obese. According to the CDC.
CDC.
So if we would really focus on, and those y'all just listening and watching, if you overweight,
yeah,
if you just simply get your weight down to a healthy level,
same.
A lot of your comorbidities, stuff you've been dealing with, you wouldn't have to worry about a whole lot of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I'm cutting out carbohydrates, because I know how my body reacts to certain foods. Because I can tell the 3 weeks that I've been out of work. Okay, what have I been eating? How's my sleeping been?
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping's been terrible. So I know for a fact I need to get more sleep. I need to eat better.
Yep.
Evaluate what your lifestyle is. See what your key negatives are. Change those. Change them.
And you just talking about the percentage from the CDC today, as of 2/42, on August the 10th. The deaths from COVID, this we haven't even taken into account age, comorbidities, or who's been vaccinated.
Right.
And this ain't even took into account yet, which I gotta go back and do those numbers, so you won't get that right now. But cases, 35,824,248 confirmed cases. 614,856 deaths. Now there's also been proven some of that's inflated.
Yeah.
All right. As of right now, that only gives you a death rate of 1.7%. So as of right now, not even taking into account your age, what other underlying conditions you have, or if you've been vaccinated or not, you have a 98.3% chance of surviving this virus right now.
Right.
Thanks.
Cancer has a higher death mortality.
I just told somebody that too. I'm like,
in fact, bro, as of right now, COVID is not even the top 5 reason of deaths in this nation.
Probably
heart disease.
Heart disease number 1.
I think heart disease, cancer. Shoot, what's the other ones?
Top 5.
It's not even top 5.
They act like it is.
Because they're throwing it. They always throw those numbers. You don't hear on a daily basis how many people die from cancer.
Right.
You don't hear on a daily basis how many people die from heart disease. You don't hear that. So this is the hot topic now. It's the hot button. So we're gonna just push these numbers in front of your face. Now look, any death is awful.
Right.
And we're not gonna downplay that at all. But let's look at the stats here.
I'm gonna tell you a story. A coworker of mine, he had his grandfather passed away 3 or 4 months ago. Now this man has had 3, I guess, triple bypass surgeries, had a pacemaker, had all these things in the hospital, in and out, and he survived all of that. Like still kicking, and people didn't know how he was still living. I think his heart rate was at 10%, but he was still. He'll walk 3 miles slowly, but he was all right.
Yeah.
Till they gave him that vaccine. Gave him the vaccine, killed him in 2 weeks.
Wow.
But they said it was because of his ailments. I said he never should have had. You never should have had a dormant virus inserted in somebody that's already 10% away from.
Right.
Because
that's just gonna push you over. I mean, you're gonna his body's gonna create the antibodies and everything.
And he was like, he survived all of that, and after that,
boom.
Dang.
Wow, that's
So
but it's also, we don't take into account, like, if you're like allergic.
Exactly.
You don't take into account natural immunity.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, we're not even talking about that. We're not even discussing that because it's not a part of the push. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I could be like, we could all be naturally immune to it. Could be, don't know. But I'll take my precautions. I'm not gonna live in fear.
right.
I think that's the main thing right now. For me, I think fear that's the greater pandemic than the actual virus.
So COVID concerns me. It doesn't.
If somebody
Lock
can
me
put
up in
fear
fear.
in you,
Oh yeah,
you
they
can
control
pay money.
you.
Yep.
There you go. Exactly.
You're gonna pay whatever it takes to get rid of that.
You can tell me, you can if you can push that. Oh my gosh, it is gonna be -0 degrees tomorrow. Whatever that is, that's not real. This number, but it's gonna be -0 degrees tomorrow. You better buy this coat right now, or it's gonna freeze, and like you have that on TV, literally for like say, okay, so let's say, oh, this winter's gonna be the worst winter. It's gonna be so cold. Da 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 da. Push that every day,
Yep.
every day. Subliminally, we start to believe it because we're seeing it. We trust what we see on the media. We trust in it. So now it's like, okay, well, I need to go buy this jacket. I need to go buy this, and then I buy it, and then winter comes. That's a typical winter. I don't buy all this stuff.
It's America. America was built on oppression and money.
The
ain't going
word
there, though.
the word America means land of riches. Look at what America means. Land of riches.
Yep.
All right, so I was trying to find it from July, but even still, so just in the month of June, this is from the CDC. The number one cause of death in America: heart disease. Number 2, cancer. Number 3, accidents. Number 4, stroke. Number 5, chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 6, Alzheimer's. Number 7, COVID.
Number 7 on the list. And act like it's number 1.
And this is from the CDC, so y'all can go and check this yourself.
Right.
So why are we pushing so much fear over this and not these other things? And heart disease been number 1 for years.
Oh, those people die from that. Yeah.
Especially among us African Americans.
Right. So okay, so
let's go.
So with that being said, so we're gonna always hear that we're in disenfranchised areas. We're at a disadvantage when it comes to like resources for like healthier foods and everything like that. If we pushed as hard for those things to change as we are with the vaccinations, maybe,
or as we are for police reform.
Yes, that too. Maybe, just maybe, things change.
Yep.
So you're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, okay, we need y'all to get vaccinated because why? Because of what? Because why do you need us to get vaccinated more? It was on, like I said, it was only 28% of us, right?
Mm-hmm. According to the CDC.
According to the CDC. So why do we? Give me the why. Well, people are dying out there. Why are people dying? Because of COVID. Is it because of COVID or is it because of underlining things plus COVID? So if you can take care of the underlining thing,
yep,
you probably won't die from this.
Because even last year, they had a stat to come out from the CDC. Only 6% of people total were dying just because of COVID alone.
So dying with something is different from dying from something.
Exactly. But they lumping it all together.
Exactly.
So, but once they made that distinction,
right?
So now, okay, so you got COVID, but what other issues do you have? Because they were finding out people actually dying of heart attacks, dying of strokes. But once they found out they had COVID, they said it was a COVID death.
There you go.
And they found that out in Florida. And you already know it happened somewhere else too.
Yeah.
But they trying to blame everything on Florida now. But
of course. But we have to change like people's situations. And stop trying to like put, if you're gonna inject me with something, but my lifestyle is not going. My lifestyle, I don't have the ability to transform my diet and everything. My lifestyle, I'm still in a bad situation.
Healthy food is higher. It costs more.
You can go McDonald's. You can go to McDonald's dollar menu, get your burger. The same McDonald's for a salad, about $6-7.
$6-7 for a salad. Exactly. I can get two Mac doubles, $5.
A salad.
$6 something. I can get a whole value meal.
Yeah.
About $5.
$5.50 something.
Being vegan, like they want you to be, is very expensive.
It's very expensive. So why? So let's do this. Why not teach people how to grow their own stuff?
Or if you were gonna mandate something, how about you mandate everybody go get a gym membership and cut back on your on certain foods you eat.
It don't make nobody money. That's why.
It's like a political podcast I listen to. We don't have health care. We have sick care.
Yeah, facts.
Basically.
Yeah. I was listening to 106.9.
The High Def COVID show.
COVID Wisdom Part 2.
Dang, that's what it is, right?
COVID Wisdom Part 2. But I was listening to, 106.9. What?
106.9 The Light.
The Light. I was listening to The Light. Yes. I love it because they got what's my man's name? I
don't think their radio station come
David
off my
Jeremiah. I love David Jeremiah.
Yes.
It's great pastor.
Oh yeah.
I love his wisdom and how he's eloquent with things. I'm like, oh, that's good. Anyway, but they was talking about how healthier people saving their healthcare premiums. Life insurance premiums. I remember when I got my life insurance policy. When they did my blood work and everything, they were like, if you were healthier, your price would be a lot lower. I'm like, how much lower? She said, you probably could save an extra $15. Yeah. I'm paying during the $54 a month for
mine
a certain amount. I'm not gonna give you how much because I'm a guy, but I got it.
Mine is half of that.
So exactly, you're in better shape than I am. Exactly. Now, when I get to he told me, he said, once you get into a better shape, he said you can actually reapply Same, go through the same format. They'll check all your blood work and everything. If you come out healthier, you're gonna slash that number.
Yeah.
That's more incentive for me to get healthier.
Yep.
Right.
Why? I save more money. There are people who, if you're in your 20s and you start now getting in shape, you stand to save $8,000 a year in healthcare coverage.
Yeah.
If you're in your 30s and you start to get in shape, you save $5,000. The higher the number, it goes down about $1,000, $1,500 a year. So if you're in your 40s, you're looking at around $3,000. You save about $3,000, so on and so forth. There's incentive to be healthier, but we don't push for people to be healthier because it's choice.
Yep.
But if you're gonna push one thing, how about push all these other things too?
Exactly. That's like even that there's even other medications out there aside from the jab that if people were to take them, it would actually help them treat. Like, I think they got one called ivermectin, and it's dirt cheap. That we talked about.
Do we offer it? Do we offer it though? It's not offered in the U.S., right?
It is.
It is. Okay.
But it's not being pushed. Now, if you go to more of like your actual doctors who's actually working on the front line, you're not going to hear about it in mainstream media. That's another problem we got. If all you do is watch, we done said I don't know how many times on this podcast. If all you watch is CNN, Fox, MSNBC, if that's all you watch, all of them are only pushing a certain narrative.
Right.
But if you actually go do your own research, which they trying to hide a whole bunch of it or get it off where you can't find it. But if you go find your own research and do it, you'll find it's other ways to treat this. But we just hear a certain narrative being pushed. So now that's what everybody believe. And now you pushing all this fear. I'm tired of getting on social media. Everybody saying, you need to go get your shot. You need to keep wearing your mask. You need to do all this and do all that. Y'all shut up.
Did I send you that link about all the 6 major companies that basically control media?
Yeah, you did.
Send you. I'm looking at it right now.
You sent me that.
Yeah. So look, there are 6 companies that own almost all media. Can I name them?
Be careful.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But
don't.
I'll link it.
Yeah.
I'll link it in the description.
Yeah.
And you can actually look and see everything that is lumped into these 6 and understand, like, if you look, if you might see CNN, Fox, and whatever else lumped into that same group of that company. So that means there's one entity that is controlling what they're pushing. One entity, which means that they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
It's keep the vision. I'm going to keep you. I'm not going to give you all the information. I'm going to give you just enough, but I'm also giving the same information on this side over here so that y'all can stay at odds. We ain't getting nowhere. Stop listening to mainstream media. Thank you for that. And whatever the media that you sent me, they're not even mainstream. You posted it, and I ended up going there. I like them. The young cat. You posted on your IG.
He like he Middle Eastern.
Yes.
Okay, I know.
Yes.
I can't remember his name though. I know exactly who you're talking about.
But thank you for that, because that, yeah.
But okay, so this might turn the conversation another way. So with all this that's being said, they trying to push the jab on people, not taking into account also people who have already had the virus and have naturally recovered from it. You don't hear a whole lot of people talking about. You don't hear that a lot.
You don't.
How much?
Go ahead.
How much of this do you think is also a working of a particular spirit that's trying to further remove God out of society? Because God, when He designed the human body, which also, if you don't believe that there's a God, if you just look at how the human body is formed and designed, ain't no Big Bang gonna do that.
You can't create from chaos.
The way the human body is designed to function, there has to be a form of intelligence that created it.
Facts.
So you can't, if you believe in the Big Bang, the human body just totally destroys that.
Even with how certain fruits and vegetables, they look exactly like certain parts of the human body.
I think they say like the sweet potato is similar to the pancreas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's actually Good for your pancreas.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Sir, I think there's a bunch of them.
Carrots are good for your eyes.
Exactly, keratin. Yes. The stuff is good for your skin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bunch of different things. It's like God knew
Yeah.
everything that we needed. He put here.
Right.
Now you're gonna have people that try to twist certain things, but guess what? There's still a cure for all that stuff. I don't care how much you try to twist what God has orchestrated for His good.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be something that is here for His good.
So it goes back to my question. Do you think that there's actually something at work, some type of a spirit or something that's at work that's trying to further remove God from society by having us not give honor to the fact that how he actually designed the body to work when an infection comes? Of
course. I mean, science. Go ahead, Jonathan. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm listening. I'm loving it. Like I'm a viewer, man. You know? I'm tuned in. It's definitely a spirit, but that's been the case since the serpent was in the Garden of Eden.
Facts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And, all the stuff they had there that can heal them, help them was there.
Mm-hmm.
But, they chose, to listen. But we're from the ground,
Yeah.
And everything that comes from the ground helps us.
Mm-hmm.
That grows up out of the ground. Anything that's not from up out of the ground is potentially dangerous for us. And they always say everything's good in moderation. That's a lie.
That's fact.
That's a lie. But going back to the media thing, it's totally based around fear.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't push fear, they get a celebrity to endorse it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that you love to endorse it to get you to go and do it. And they brainwashed too. They just there for the check. But like I say in Canvas coming soon,
he will be back on for Canvas. Trust me.
it's a I'll give y'all a line I put in there. I said, "He who conquers fear is powerful in every aspect of life. If you don't buy into the fear that they push here, you're powerful because they can't control you based off of fear.
Yep.
That's what the whole world is built around, fear. If I got to work a 9 to 5, this is for the artistic people. I got to work a 9 to 5, I'm going to be broke. Says who? It's what you've been taught, you know. And the people that walk away from a job but become successful after not going into that norm, they sacrifice a lot. But I can preach a whole thing about this. But they become successful. And another thing is fear, and we also is pain. We don't want to go through the pain of having COVID or having these ailments or having these things that the media pushes upon us.
Yep.
But like I always say, pain is a requirement for success. I mean, you have to go through pain. If you don't go through pain, you're not going to be successful.
Look at the pain Jesus had to go through.
I was gonna say the same as that thing.
Exactly. We was birthed from pain.
Yeah.
Your mama pushing you out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people that, man, it's a requirement. But fear and pain go hand in hand. You fear this, you fear that. I'm like, why are you fearful? Because somebody told you to be fearful of it.
Yep.
Now I'm not careless. I wear a mask.
Definitely. It's wisdom.
Walking wisdom.
There you go.
I'm not gonna pick up a snake. It ain't gonna bite me. I'm covered under the blood. No, that's foolish.
Exactly. That's foolish.
But I don't buy into when people talk about it. They're so pro mask and pro vaccine. I'm like, okay, you got the vaccine, you got the mask. Then what if something else come out and say, well, they say the vaccine don't work no more. Then you're going to get another vaccine or another pill.
They already saying
The Delta, Lambda.
But I think if you got the Pfizer, they already talking about a booster now.
See? You got
And you literally just had the shot.
I just had 2 shots. Pfizer was 2 shots, wasn't it? No, Johnson was 2 shots.
No, yeah, Johnson was 1.
Oh, Pfizer was 2 shots.
And Moderna.
But I got to get a booster now.
Yeah.
Like the flu vaccine. It's a vaccine. You're supposed to be vaccinated. But you got to get it every year.
But I think they saying, I think the idea of a vaccine in most people's head is it's supposed to completely like either immunize you or inoculate whatever it is. but it's really more so what I think they call it. It's like a therapeutic.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's
So it's supposed to help,
Yeah.
lessen the effect of it if you catch it.
But you still can catch it.
You still can catch it.
But you don't even, I mean, but it still can take you out, too.
It can.
Yeah.
Most of the people it's taking out, though. For one, most of the people it's taking out are those that's elderly.
Mm-hmm.
I think well over 50% of the deaths has been from those that's elderly. So they were already heading their way anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do we know they wore 3 masks, sanitized everywhere they went,
I still got it.
social distance, you still got it.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
So
Yeah.
and then y'all look at people that ain't got a mask on like they crazy, but you still caught it and you had yours on.
Right.
And I posted a link to it too. It's over 50 studies that show masks do nothing for a respiratory virus.
But see, also, there was a study down in Florida. It was an independent study some parents at a school did with their children. So they gave their kids go to school for 8 hours. They're wearing a mask for 8 hours. So, you coughing in the mask, you're just talking into it. They sent their child's mask for that whole entire week to an independent studier.
After it was washed too.
After they were washed?
Yes.
I must have missed that.
They washed the mask before they sent it.
Found all these these infections embedded in the mask that can cause you to have a shot to your immune system, pretty much.
And we'll post a link to all this too.
Definitely will. I mean, they found pneumonia. They found
E. coli.
E. coli. They found staph embedded in the mask.
Deadly stuff.
So so my thing is like, okay, are the masks helping or hindering? Because if I were to wear a mask I'm gonna do one myself. I don't know. Hopefully it's not that expensive, but I want to do one myself. When I go back to work, I'm gonna wear my mask 12 and a half hours like I normally do, and I'm gonna put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna send them. I want to find LabCorp or whoever test see what's on my mask. Let them see what's on my mask and be like, all right, so I'm wearing this mask for 12 and a half hours. I work a 12 and a half hour shift 3 days a week. 12 and a half hours. So you mean to tell me that I am breathing this stuff out. I'm exhaling this stuff, but I am also breathing it back in. What is that doing to my body? Well, it's potentially going to lower your immune system. You cause you to get sick, this and this and this and this. So it's going to lessen my immune system, which makes me more susceptible to catching COVID. Oh. But flu season, we don't wear masks. All right.
Never asked you to wear a mask during flu season. Before all this.
That's what I've been telling people. That's it.
Now we ain't knocking nobody.
Nah,
never.
Nah. It just ridiculous to me, man. I just like, man, the flu is more prevalent than COVID. I know a lot of people that had the flu. They don't go around wearing masks, and it's just if I get wrap up just in case you gonna get it sometimes, but they don't like fear it.
Right.
They say it's flu season, so let me take the precautions naturally, so I won't get it.
So last time I had the flu, you know what I did? Old Southern remedy. Some rock and rye. Got me a lemon. Got me some honey. Some cane sugar. It's a little Louisiana thing. But so what I did was I boiled my lemon in my water. Once you start to smell the lemony zest, it could cool down a little bit. Teaspoon of honey. Cap full of rock and rye, maybe 2 caps, depending on your tolerance. I drank that. I put on layered clothes, lay my butt in the bed, sweat it out. Next day, felt fine.
Exactly, man.
Felt fine. Now, I'm not saying that for COVID, but if there are holistic ways to combat, why not settle for that? Because there ain't no money in it. I've seen people now. It's been a while. Because some of this stuff gets shadow banned. But I've seen some over in Africa, some countries over in Africa, where they made this pot of like different herbs and spices and fruits, citrusy things. I don't know if the guy had COVID or not. Supposedly he did. So once they got it to a good temperature, he took a blanket, put it over the pot, steamed, just inhaled it.
Yeah, Pop gave us kind of a remedy, something similar to that.
And he said he was good within 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Facts, man.
Like I said, they're my thing is like one, we have to research the natural stuff that God has put here and what their immune boosting capabilities are.
People don't want to do their own research.
Zinc.
No.
What is like when Dr. Miss Stella Emanuel came out, she said it was zinc, Zero Max, and hydroxychloroquine.
And now it's zinc and ivermectin, and it's one more, but they're all
So we see
dirt cheap.
what is zinc for. We need to see what these key elements are and what they can potentially do to the body.
Right.
And then we're like, oh well, if that can do this to my body and this can do this to my, if that can boost my respiratory and this right here helps with this, if I combine all three of these, I'm pretty sure they're safe. Maybe, just maybe, I could have a stronger immune system to combat this stuff. Because
I say this on my behalf. I don't do all vaccines. I don't take medicine. I haven't been, knock on wood, I haven't been sick in, I say almost 20 years. Like, I ain't throwing up. I barely get headaches. None of that. But I don't eat everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when to cut it back, or I know when to stop eating meat.
Yep.
And I say when you stop eating meat, for the people that love meat, I love meat too.
I love it.
If you stop eating meat and dairy for like a week, you will be amazed how amazing you'll feel.
Yeah.
So thing about dairy, I'm lactose intolerant.
Black people ain't supposed to have dairy.
No one's supposed to drink dairy, actually.
But they say,
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with that. So
say-
it's cool.
we already have that vitamin in our body, and like way more than the lighter shade of people. Melanin is very significant in that.
It does.
And that's why most black people are lactose intolerant. It rejects it because it already has enough of it.
Yeah.
And they say this is all like African proverb stuff.
Yeah.
But it's true. Milk and dairy causes cancer in black people. And they say the number one way to get rid of cancer if you have it, cut out all dairy.
It's mucus.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mucus based.
My daughter is lactose intolerant. We didn't know. You know, we had a little allergy thing, and said she always stopped up. Like, what's going on? And they finally went to go check and said, oh, she lactose intolerant. And it's mucus like. And she stopped for 2 weeks, sounded very clear. But she loves ice cream, and I ain't going to deprive her of that. But just knowing that mucus causes cancer, I can go.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, Dr. Sebi's research, if you look at most of your diseases that we have, they're mucus based.
Yep.
If you can cut out the mucus, you cut out the disease.
Yep.
It's true.
That's why hot tea is important. That's why
Very
people
much
push
hot
tea, because it breaks down that mucus in your body. They say drink tea. I think they do it over in Asia and China.
Yep.
They do.
It breaks down that mucus
I think
in you.
green tea at that.
Green tea.
Yeah.
It's got to be hot now. You
Gotta be
can't
hot.
drink no lukewarm tea. You spew you
Now
out
that's
of his
not that
mouth.
sweet tea you get from Bojangles, all right?
Can I warm this up?
Yeah, you can warm it up. Might not help, but you can warm it up.
Pass me a biscuit. I can drink it with it, eat it with it.
Listen.
But yeah, this is a high def health and wellness show.
Yes.
These brothers are very wise on that subject. Me, not so much. I know what I know, but I'm learning too, man.
I'm still learning.
We are we some book nerds. So
Yeah,
we,
man.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
Ain't nothing wrong
nerds.
with that.
Like for real, if y'all would see some of the conversations we have when we not on the mic, yeah,
It goes deeper.
Patreon coming soon.
Hey,
real
a
talk.
wave now.
You would just about think we conspiracy theorists.
Seriously.
Like,
Seriously.
I am too. I ain't
Seriously.
gonna lie.
And look, like I said before, I love a good conspiracy theory. I love a good one.
But I mean, we always, you know what I'm saying? That's why we always push for everybody to go do their own research. You know what I'm saying?
Critical thinking.
it's a I tell people it's a mind thing. Like my mom watched news all the time. I'm like, cut that out, man. You believe everything you see. And I always tell people this, man. The enemy, taking it back to the Bible.
Hey, let's go.
The
That's the
enemy,
main source.
the enemy attacks your mind.
Yeah.
Not your heart. That's God's avenue to you.
Yep.
So if he can get you imagining something fearful in your mind, you're going to believe it. He lives in your imaginations. He can only make suggestions. He can't make you do anything. If you choose to eat that, if you choose to do that, he's got you. You know what I'm saying? God deals with the heart of man. You know, and it's two different ways. I can go on and on about that.
Go ahead.
When we talking about fear, okay, so what the Bible says in 2 Timothy, God's not giving us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind.
Sound mind.
When you got fear, a sound mind, you're not sober minded.
Right.
You're not able to think clearly.
Right.
When you're driven by fear, you will never, ever, ever be able to make a sound decision.
Facts.
Just look at fear. Like people say, I'm afraid of heights. I'm like, no, you're not. You're afraid of the fall.
Yep.
That's it. Like, oh, I'm so high. That's what the enemy does.
Yep.
It gets you thinking that it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna go good. I'm gonna die. I can't pay this. I can't pay that. He deals with that. That's his realm. Pandemonium is where he thrives in. If he gets you going crazy, he got you.
So it all starts with the sight.
Yep.
So think about it. Your eyes see something, your mind processes it, your heart gives it value.
Rewind. Repeat.
I like that.
Your eyes see it, your mind processes it, your heart gives it a value. That's why he attacks our heart by our sight and our thinking. So if I look at my situation and I say, I sit and look at my situation and I think about my situation, now my heart's going to be like, you know what? There's no way for me to overcome all this.
Wow.
There it is.
Let that marinate for a little
Let
bit.
that marinate. Let that marinate. That's it.
That's facts.
Go ahead.
If people can conquer fear, man,
You can conquer anything.
anything, man.
And you have to get it when you're young.
Got to.
Because
Yes.
what are we doing now? We're also growing up. We're growing our children up. I posted about it. I'm just not starting to read up on it. The virus itself, yes, it's serious physically. Like we said earlier, we're not negating that. Okay. But have we also taken into account the psychological effect that's having on people and on children?
So get this. Mental health issues have skyrocketed up to is above 50%.
Yeah.
It's like 60, 70-ish.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that now. We're seeing that.
Yeah.
Because one, they're telling you, oh, you need to isolate yourself. Well, I don't mind the devil's playground. I know that ain't the Bible, but
I don't mind. We're going back to the mind again.
there you go. It's the devil's playground. So if I can keep you isolated, let you think about your situation or what's going on outside, now I can attack you here. So if I get you alone, make you think about all the numbers and the fear, it's gonna attack my heart, which in turn is going to possibly weaken your immune system.
Yeah.
It's psychological.
The stress can do that
there
too.
It is.
Because emotions have an impact on your immune. We did when we stood at Mount Zion, Pastor Mills, they brought in it was a researcher or a doctor or something. He said when you angry, it weakens your immune system for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, are you for real? He like, yeah.
Slow to anger.
It's in the book. It's in the book. It's a reason why it's there.
Okay, so
But it's good.
so I made a statement earlier, like, I think when we operate in fear, we really gotta catch it when you're young. Because if you grow children up in fear, how they gonna be when they get older?
Exactly.
1 Corinthians 13. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like this from the English Standard Version. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish things. When you're young, what do you do first? You speak out of turn. You don't think before you speak. That's why I always tell my kids, you think before you speak. When we grow up, we should be thinking, reasoning, then speaking.
Yes.
It attacks us in the reverse.
Yeah.
If we would really grow up, I think a lot of this fear is causing us to revert back to children. Well, we're speaking out things before we actually think about it and reason. If we would actually think about this stuff, ask questions and reason, then speak, all this would be done. We wouldn't even be how we are right now.
It's facts. I mean, even what a lot of the reasoning that's going on around this vaccination and everything, people are really. You're sitting there. I'm not gonna mention his name, but somebody on CNN was talking about if you're not vaccinated, you shouldn't be able to go to a grocery store. You shouldn't be able to go to work. You should. So you're telling me that I can't make a living for myself until I get a vaccination? You mean to me I can't feed my family until I get a vaccination? That sounds real communistic mindset right there. You know
especially when you yourself can actually look out here and see that there are people who are fully vaccinated and still catching it. So what's the point of me getting something and I'm still probably gonna catch it anyway?
Oh, it's gonna lessen. But I can still catch it though.
Okay, well
we don't know how it affects every person.
What about me that's already in good health?
We don't talk about that though. We're not gonna talk about that. I mean, look at Lamar Jackson had it twice.
Really?
Yes, he just came back. He was out for 10 days. He had it last year. He was out for 14 whatever days, and then he had it earlier a couple weeks, like about a week
He didn't got the shot.
He ain't got the shot yet. No, he has not got it. He said it's between him and his family. He said, well, I'll think about it. I'll sit with my family. I'll talk to my teammates. And I mean, of course, they're gonna run him through the mud on ESPN anyway, like they always do. But my thing is, one, has anybody actually talked to the man and said, hey, how was your experience with it? Because one, the man don't look like anything happened to him, to be honest.
For the most part, if you are in good health and you catch it, your symptoms are gonna be mild.
And I'm pretty sure all he had was the sniffles.
If that,
he might have had a little cough. If that. Has any? But no one has pulled him to the side and said, hey, so question, what were your symptoms? Because obviously he was out for 10 days away from his team, isolated. And he back on the field now.
And you already know he's in good health, in good shape.
Is no one thinking about that?
We don't think.
Nope.
We hear COVID.
They just told me I had it.
Told me I had it. I felt fine. I mean,
I've heard stories like that too.
But I'm in peak condition.
I think Cam Newton, when he was on the interview, you know, Chad Johnson and they got their own podcast.
What's it called? I forget what it's called. But
yeah.
I know what it's called.
Chad Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Fred Taylor.
Yeah.
So Cam was on there. He was like, I think the only thing I really had was like I had some body aches and shakes just for about a day.
I think he said that too. He said I just had some body aches.
So
like mild flu symptoms.
Yeah. So I'm like,
but these are elite athletes
under probably some of the best healthcare in the whole nation.
Exactly.
So
maybe, just maybe, we need to push people to be better shape. Yep.
What role could the church play in this?
Ooh.
Oh man.
Well, the body is the temple. We need to define that a little better. We say, oh, don't put tattoos on your body. Oh, don't eat this and that. We need to bring in health fitness professionals who sit and say, look, when you are healthy, you're your best self. You think better. Yep. Like, think about it. If you when you go on a fast, you think about how you think, and then when you go on a fast, how you think after the fast.
My petty self.
I know how you think. Like, it's like there's certain chemicals in meat that trigger certain things in the brain and cause you to think a specific way. Mm-hmm. It's like I ate a salad the other day, right? All I ate the whole entire day was a salad. I think the clearest, as soon as I eat some meat, my thoughts are kind of, my body kind of, You know what I'm saying?
So the salad had no meat on it whatsoever?
I had tuna.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
There you go. Yeah, I get the tuna creation packets. I put on a bed of lettuce. But even with the foods that we eat, how we think is tied to that.
Yeah.
Chemicals. Genetically modified organisms, the GMOs and stuff like that in the foods that we eat.
Yeah.
There's different neurological chemicals that are released in our bodies. They are released a specific way depending on what we eat and how much we eat depends on how it also how much is released. It depends on how much we eat of something. Mm-hmm. So when we like, I'm dealing with this, and this. Well, let's look at your diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look at what you eat.
Because I feel like this too. I mean, everything I fully agree. But for those of us that's in the church, we praying so hard for God to heal us of this, and I'm not. We need miracles.
Oh,
let's go. Let's go.
How much of this could you avoid praying for if you would just simply put down the fried chicken?
Yes.
Prayer is a reinforcement of what you should be doing.
Thank you.
You walk your when it says prayer without ceasing, people are like, I gotta pray all the time. No, when you pray, you walk out your prayers. That is praying without ceasing, because my lifestyle is going to be an implication of what I just prayed.
Yep.
Praying without ceasing.
So I wouldn't have to pray for God to heal me of this cancer if
he gave you if everything that we need that he gave us is in the earth. There's why your prayer changes. Thank you, Lord, for this great health that I'm in. Or instead of, oh Lord, I need to be healed of this ailment, I gave you everything you need. Just like I gave Adam and Eve.
we're not disrespecting anybody who's got cancer about
Not
that.
at all, not at all, not at all. Because
We understand.
yeah, but we're just saying, it's like, I mean, even with Adam and Eve, he gave them everything they needed, but yet they still sought after other things.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we need to get back. We need to start researching what's good for us. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, let's stop being so high and mighty that we're no earthly good. It's like you said, why sit there and we pray?
Go ahead. Like my mom always say,
I'm not gonna go there.
Baby, just pray about it. You know, God going. I'm like, okay, what else can I do? You know, that's when I was, younger. I'm like, that's great. That's a great cliche. But it just putting actions with your prayers, man. Mm-hmm. You know, faith is an action word. You know, and we just lost sight of that action.
Yeah.
You know, not knocking no churches, but stop focusing on tithes and offering, and focus on the church, the temple, the body. And just implement some health and wellness ideas based on the Bible, because it's in there.
It's in there.
It's in there, and just get people, instead of after church serving them fried chicken dinners, stuff like that, and just give them like, hey, mind, body, and soul. Let's make you well, especially mental health. Make you a well-rounded, healthy individual. You know, you can know the Bible, but you still can perish off the stuff that you're supposed to be knowing outside of the Bible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your prayers can't keep you alive. You know, it's your lifestyle. You know, our walk in faith is a lifestyle. You know, you live it out in every aspect in your life. You strive to.
Yep.
You watch what you eat, watch what you listen to, watch what you read. All that's in the Bible, and if we just take the time to focus on those things, we can save a lot of lives. We can heal a lot of people.
That's facts.
And I think as a pastor or pastors, I think you will have a sense of, I actually done some good outside of just the spirituality aspect of it. I said everybody in my church is healthy. They ain't got no heart attacks. They're losing weight. Their mental mind state is good. You buy that 100%.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be at 100%. But if you just wrap your mind around all those things, which is a lot, but if we could turn away from a sinful life, we could turn away from a good plate of fried chicken or stuff that's killing us, or
Facts.
or stop thinking negatively, and that's just put on us by generations or what we see on the news and media. And I always tell people, man, don't fact check everything.
Please do.
I think the world is waiting on us. Like, I think the world is like, if we can get it right, there's something with that group of people right there that they've mastered it. And they get more inquired. Well, how you get, well, this is what I do. One, keep God first.
Yep.
First and foremost, I acknowledge that. But outside of that, like, after that, it's this my life, how I live my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yo, this was a great conversation.
It was. We back, season 3, baby.
The health and wellness edition.
Health and wellness.
Wasn't this topic on the docket anyway?
This was on the docket.
Yo, we got to bring this back up.
We will.
Too.
We definitely will.
For real.
Yeah, it was. Hang on. 2021.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
There it is. Yeah, how foods can we... Oh, link to me. Hell.
Yo.
There it is. Check that off, but we'll keep it on that.
No, we gotta get some more data points on
definitely,
it.
Definitely.
So
yeah. That was a snippet.
So we went over time just a little bit, but hey, definitely hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. I guess the main thing, y'all, don't be fearful. You know, do your own research. You know, we nerds, so we're gonna be doing that anyway.
We're not telling you not to wear your mask. Use wisdom that your wisdom. All right.
to take a line off of those who believe like this, your body, your choice.
Woo.
All right, you make a decision that's best for you.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So hey, y'all got anything else y'all want to say?
Drink your water.
I got a lot of stuff on my mind, but we ain't got time.
We'll have you on again. Don't worry.
Just final word. Don't give the enemy credit for what you created.
Oh yeah.
The devil, the enemy. Just you gotta take the first step of being healthy or successful is taking the blame for yourself.
Wow.
Hold yourself accountable.
Stop giving the enemy that power. He does not have any power at all.
Wow.
He only gives whatever you give him. That's the power he has over you.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Don't let the media have power over your mind. Study, fact check everything. Watch what you eat. Watch what you take in your body and your eyes and your ears, and just focus on.
Ooh.
We
Okay. I said we about to end it.
it's a part 2.
We're gonna have to for real.
Definitely.
We're gonna have to for real. Okay. Proverbs 4. The Bible says, but it says, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Like the verse or two before that, watch what goes in your ears. Watch what goes in your eyes. What goes in your eyes, what goes in your ears, gets into your heart. The scripture you've been quoting, it's not what goes into the man that defiles him. It's what comes out
of the man. Yeah.
And the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
There it is.
It all came together.
Boom.
Man.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna have you back on. We have you back on for part 3, cuz.
Yes. Thanks.
So my bad, bro.
That was good.
When you said this, you sparked me. So
Hey.
Just keep that in mind, you guys. Man, it all came together. We all flowing. We all vibing. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Keep God first, man, and
Always.
and stay prayed up, man, because it's crazy out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I, people say we live. I'm sorry, I'm still talking.
No, you good. Go ahead.
People say we living in the last days, and I really believe that. I think that is true.
The days seem shorter.
Yeah, it's flying by. A lot of deaths have happened.
I think we got that's on the docket too.
I'm sorry.
It's good. It's good.
You good?
You might say I have you back on for that one.
Season 3 about to be lit.
And just
full force.
It's the time.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say COVID happened for a reason, but it's definitely a purpose behind it.
Oh yeah.
As far as the body of Christ, and like I'm in the season of being alone, and people don't like being alone because we're social people. But there's a gift in being alone.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Bible says, we always trying to find a mate, he who findeth the wife, or I want my husband. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I said, the only reason why God ordained marriage is to keep you from sinning, to being lustful, from you sleeping around. So if you had to do that, I said, how about you get you a wife and I will honor that. You know what I'm saying? So never look at being alone as a bad thing. Look at it as a powerful thing, because you can know yourself.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
You can know God clearer, and instead of knowing your mates, because you start dating a lot. I'm going off topic.
No,
you
good.
start dating a lot. You take a pieces of people and trying to build a person.
Yeah.
But all those things you're building is what you liked in that person. That may not be necessarily what you like, as a human being. So there's no fear in being alone. If you're alone in this season, in this COVID season, people dying, just get closer to God, man.
Yeah.
Rediscover yourself, study, Take the time to study. If you got a question or issue, reach out to a mentor or just study on your own, man, because people are dying from mental health and diseases and this new COVID thing, man. So don't be fearful. Count it all joy. Know yourself. Know your Bible. Know what you're dealing with. And he who conquers fear is powerful.
Yeah.
Regain your power, man. Don't give your power away.
Yo, this is another episode of High Definition Podcast. This is Maurice.
I'm Torez.
And we will
live life from the high definition.
Hey.